Price is the king, and price action trading is the best trading method in technical analysis. But you may ask if there are any indicators that can help you with price action trading. Yes, we have indicators on TradingView that can effectively help you in price action trading. And in this video, I want to introduce the best of them that you can use in 2026. Just make sure you watch this video until the end and let's get started. But before we start, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, price action concepts can be categorized into trends, support and resistance levels, candlestick patterns, and chart patterns. And I'm gonna introduce 2 or 3 indicators for each category that, in my opinion, they are the best and most accurate indicators that we have on TradingView until now. But please pay attention that you still need to know about these price action concepts, because the indicators that I'm gonna introduce are just tools to help you with price action concepts, not totally replacing them, and you still need to validate them and do your analysis for taking any trading decision. If you're interested to completely learn price action concepts, I have published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a comprehensive guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, let's begin with trend indicators. The first indicator that I want to introduce is called Trend Lines version 2. This one, which is written by Lonesome the Blue. Alright, when you add this indicator to your chart, the indicator automatically draws trend lines for the current trend of the market. The lines from past trends are removed and only the lines for the current trends are shown. So your chart will not be cluttered by many lines. If you're looking for a simple tool to draw trend lines for the current trend of the market, this indicator is a perfect choice for you. Alright, the next indicator is called Adaptive Trend Finder. This one, which is an editor specs indicator and written by Julian H.A. Alright, when you add this indicator to your chart, the indicator automatically draws a trend channel for the current trend of the market. It calculates the best channel that perfectly fits the current trend of the market and it shows it for you, so you can have a clear picture of the price that is moving in that direction. By default, it is set on short-term trend, so it draws a channel for the current trend of the market based on the chart. But if you go to the settings of the indicator, you can see that here we have an option, use long-term channel, which if you turn it on, the indicator will draw a channel for the longer term trend of the market. So depending on your trading strategy and your need, you can switch between short-term and long-term, so you can effectively analyze the trends and make accurate trading decisions. Alright, now I want to introduce the third trend indicator, but before that, here I increase or decrease the scaling a little bit so the chart will be fixed and will not be contracted, because the indicator that I want to introduce will add many lines to the chart. Alright, here we click on indicators and we search trend lines. This one, trend lines JD, which is written by someone named DUYCK. Alright, when you add this indicator to your chart, the indicator, besides showing the trend lines for the current trend of the market, it also shows the past trend lines that may or may not broken yet. In case if you need to analyze also the past levels for finding confluences or potential levels for the future price action, this indicator is a good choice for you. Alright, now let me introduce indicators for support and resistance levels. The first indicator that I want to introduce is called Support and Resistance, which is written by Ahmed Nakib. When you add this indicator to your chart, it automatically draws lines based on pivot highs and pivot lows that are potential support and resistance levels for the future price action. For example, this is a potential resistance level and this is a support level. So if you're looking for a simple indicator that shows potential support and resistance levels on the chart, this indicator is a perfect choice for you. Alright, now let's add the second support and resistance indicator. But before that, here we increase or decrease the scaling a little bit so the chart will not be contracted. Here we click on indicators and we search volume-based support and resistance. This one, which is an editor specs indicator and written by Tommy F1001. When you add this indicator, it finds potential support and resistance levels based on turning points of the market, but it also considers volume. So the levels are shown that we have greater level of activity or interest in that zone. And another excellent feature of this indicator is that it can show support and resistance levels for multiple time frame. Here in the settings of the indicator, you can define up to 4 different time frames for the indicator, and the indicator will show the identified levels on your current time frame. For example, at the moment, you can see that it is showing for our current time frame, which is 4 hours time frame, and also for daily time frame. You can easily define your preferred time frames in the settings and have support and resistance levels of those time frames on your current chart, so you will not have to switch between different time frames. If you do multiple time frame analysis to identify potential support and resistance levels on different time frames, this indicator is a good choice for you. Alright, now let me introduce indicators for candlestick patterns. Here we click on indicators and we search candlestick patterns identified, this one, which is written by Repo32. When you add this indicator, some of the famous candlestick patterns are automatically identified on the price chart. Here in the settings of the indicator, here in the style tab, you can see that we have a list of candlestick patterns, which are the ones that are commonly used by traders, and depending on your trading strategy and the patterns that you need, you can add or remove these patterns from your chart. There is also a built-in indicator on TradingView for identifying candlestick patterns. Here, you just need to click on indicators and search candlestick patterns. This one, which is a built-in indicator on TradingView platform. This is also an excellent indicator for identifying candlestick patterns on the chart. Here in the settings of the indicator, here in the inputs tab, you can see that we have a large list of different types of candlestick patterns, which depending on your need, you can add or remove them from your price chart. Alright, now let me introduce indicators for identifying chart patterns. The first one that I want to introduce is called auto chart patterns. This one, which is an editor specs indicator and written by TradingView. When you add this indicator, some patterns are automatically identified on the price chart. Here in the settings of the indicator, here in this part, here you can see that the indicator identifies 3 types of patterns: channels, wedges, and triangles, and you have complete control on the type of the patterns, if you want rising, falling, or flat, or if you want expanding, contracting, or parallel. So you have complete control on what kinds of patterns you want to identify on your price chart. This indicator is one of the best indicators for identifying the patterns that I mentioned. So if you need those patterns in your trading strategy, this indicator is a perfect choice for you. Many traders use flag and pennant pattern. If you're one of them, there is an indicator for this that is called flag and pennant. This one, flags and pennants, which is written by TradingView. When you add this indicator, it automatically finds flag and pennant patterns on the chart. So if you use these patterns, this indicator is a great help for identifying these patterns. Alright, in this video, I introduced the best price action indicators on TradingView that you can use in 2026. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you still need to know about these price action concepts, because the indicators that I introduced in this video are just here to help you with price action concepts, not totally replacing them, and you still need to validate them and do your analysis for taking any trading decisions. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.